I had asked you to come 2 weeks ago to talk about what kind of things we can do to maintain status and create progress in the summer. Because as it approaches, I mean, there are some people that are already out of school. Today's the last day. And a lot of times it's going to be an overwhelming time of year where you feel like,
yes.
I don't know what I'm doing. And there is the real potential to lose skills over the summer for all kids, not just kids on the spectrum.
Right.
So what are some ideas that we can do to have a productive summer?
So first off, if you're feeling panicky, like my child's going to lose skills, what are those skills that you're worried about? Because I'm sure it's some more than others that maybe are a little bit more likely to be lost, I guess. When that's the case, maybe try to think of things you could do to keep those maintained or even to keep teaching over the summer. That could involve, doing extra hours. Normally, if your child's in school, you can't do as many hours of one-to-one ABA instruction, so you could increase your ABA instruction if you wanted to work on the things that you're worried about losing.
Yeah.
If you don't have someone to provide that, you can always use Skills and let it help to guide you and get lesson plans from Skills.
And I have to say, today is the last day of May. If you're thinking about if you've been thinking about Skills, it's been, one of those things in the back of your head, you should do it today because it's 20% off, not just for this month, but for the lifetime of your subscription. So
yeah, that is very good.
20% off for however long you keep it. And today's the last day.
And we've never done that before. That lifetime of the subscription, 20% off thing.
Amazing.
So that's really
it's an amazing opportunity. So if you're thinking about it, do it.
Yeah. And then obviously, in addition to that, you have all this extra free time. So why not work on doing things out in the community, make trips out to the community, do fun things, and bring along targets and things you want to try to work on in those environments, especially if you choose ones that are very reinforcing. You were talking to me earlier about like if they really like to swim at the pool, you could go to the pool and you could actually work on things there so that there's like a natural reinforcer present. It's a very enriched environment. It's fun.
I think we get stuck in this idea that if we're going to work with our child and we're going to use the principles of ABA, that we're going to be home and there's going to be a table and that we're going to have gotten really good at being able to put down cards and pick them up quickly. And it doesn't have to be that way, right?
No, it really doesn't. I say every single thing and every moment is a learning opportunity with a child. If you are, making breakfast, they can help to identify the labels of the items or help to get the items or even learn the steps of making something simple.
Yeah.
Learn about sequencing. I mean, there's so many learning opportunities in every single thing you do. You go to the store, they can help to identify the items in the aisles. They can put them in the cart. They can help maybe learn about money.
Yeah.
It kind of goes on and on. So every little thing you're doing every single day, I would bring a learning opportunity into that.
Yeah. Even thinking about the breakfast, I'm thinking, okay, you got the hard-boiled egg, and so we have a whole egg, and then we cut it in half.
Yeah.
And so now we're talking about fractions. Now there's two halves.
Yeah.
So this is one half, and this is the other half, and then we cut it again, and now we have quarters.
Yeah, and you can bring it to the level of the child. Maybe they don't understand fractions, so maybe you're just counting. We have one, now let's count. We have two.
Yes.
Now we can cut it again, we have four. What color is it? What shape is it?
Yeah.
What do you do with it? You eat it. It goes on and on. So there's always these opportunities. But also, I would make sure to do some stuff to get the child involved with peers a lot.
Yeah.
So make sure they're not isolated over the summer. I'm sure there's some really great camps that they can get enrolled in if they need an aide. I'm sure the camps wouldn't mind if the aide attended because a lot of times the aide helps all the other children too. Social groups might be a good thing to sign up for over the summer.
Yeah.
Just setting up play dates and getting together with other kids for more learning opportunities.
Yeah.
All of those things I think would be great to do during the summer just to make sure that you're constantly teaching and working on things and maintaining the things that the child has learned in the past.
Yeah, I had a really interesting conversation the other day. We have a wonderful person here who works in this building who has an adult child who recovered from autism. And she's such a great resource for me that, sometimes she just, somehow I run into her in the hallway or she wandered into my office. And I said, since you're here, I got to ask you, I always will ask parents who got it done and in whatever way, shape or form. Not all kids recover. We know that. But, what'd you do right? That's the question I always want to ask parents. What did you do right? And one of the things that she said to me was, she said, I had play dates in my house every day. that I found. She said, I went out and shopped my neighborhood until I found the family. And you just saw the level of determination on her face. Here it is all these years later, and her son is very successful in college and drives his truck as employee of the month where he works, and, you know, is leading a full, rich life. And she says, I shopped the neighborhood and I found the family that had a bunch of kids that if 3 of them were missing because they were at my house making popsicles, it was going to be okay. The mom wasn't going to be constantly calling and saying, you know, they have to come home right now.
Right.
And she said, and I made it fun for those kids to come to my house every day, and we had an activity to do, but my child, because he's an only child, and mine is too, she said, my child was never playing by himself in the house. And I went, okay, you know, I have now heard it. I need to get on that, because my child asks for play dates, and I'm reluctant. I'm just always reluctant.
Wow, he's asking. That's amazing. That's
yes,
really good.
He asks for play dates all the time, and he has kids at school who say, can I come over and play? And I just have to, that's one of those things I got to get on this summer, because opportunity, you guys talk about this all the time, the opportunity to learn is so key. If we don't give them enough opportunities and we expect them to be able to do something in just one opportunity, we wouldn't do that to ourselves.
Yeah, it's all about practice. If you think about it, it's like that with everything in life.
Yeah.
You want to be good at a sport, you got to practice. You want to be good at anything, you have to practice.
And I think I needed for that mom to say to me, this was my other full-time job, was making it Playdate Central.
Yeah.
That if there was downtime, you know, that he had at least 2 friends. That overwhelmed me a little bit, I got to be honest. But she said, no, once I got it hooked up, once I made it so exciting for them to be at my house, they just were at my door all the time, you know? And that hadn't occurred to me.
Right.
That, you know, that if you invest the time, that it could just start happening organically on its own. So social, a huge part of this this journey for all of our kids.
Yeah.
And if we were to up the opportunity for them, we're much more likely to see success in lots of different areas.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, we have families that are out there and dealing with all different kinds of circumstances. But is this something that if you're working with a team, that you sit down and talk with a team and say, hey, you know, what is our game plan for progress over the summer?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, hopefully the ABA supervisor doesn't go away just because it's summertime, so this is a very good time to talk with them and to start planning what is going to be happening over the summer, and come up with activities and kind of like some sort of an idea of a schedule maybe. Get the children enrolled in whatever they're going to be enrolled in, and have things planned out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important to have a plan.
Yeah.
Even if you don't end up following the plan fully, completely, if you have a plan, it's sort of, there is something about that if you say, okay, you know, you're going to camp this week and you register, then somehow they miraculously go off to camp that week.
Yeah.
It just has a way of unfolding.
Exactly.
Our busy, busy lives.
Yep.
And so do you have big plans over the summer?
Well, you know, I work full time, and so my son is enrolled in a camp like every single week, but he's going to do a lot of fun things. He's doing an art camp. He's doing a science camp. He's going to be in a baseball camp, and then a few other just kind of all-around fun camps.
It seems to be a very California thing that, you know, these shorter camps, and I kind of really like it because it leaves room for us to go away and come back and say, okay, you know, we'll do this camp this week, and then I like to give Jem a week of camp and then a week off where we can do cool. things. And I kind of like that. I hear from other people around the country, though, that there tends to be camp, and you send them to camp and it's the whole summer. And we have that here too, but I always shy away from that because it seems very rigid, and I like to be a little more go with the flow in the summer.
Yeah. I think it's good too. It creates flexibility, and it gives them opportunities to meet new people and to expand themselves a little bit beyond what they're used to every single day. So
yeah, actually, I hadn't thought about that before. But you know, when Jem went to one camp for a week, he went to Crazy Chemistry. I think was one of the first ones that he did, and he thought, okay, that's what camp is. This is what camp is, and we go in, and the person teaches, and we do this, and da 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 da. And then he had a week off, and then the next week, I think it was the Harry Potter camp that he went to. That was an entirely different camp with different kids.
That sounds fun.
It was bizarre. It was just bizarre. They made wands and they made chocolate frogs, and it was just bizarre. I didn't really see the benefit in it, to be honest with you. Not like crazy chemistry where he got a bunch of science things. So then he took a marine biology one, and that I thought was really cool. But he got to see, okay, camp means a lot of different things, and the schedule is a little bit different. I think it may have helped him with flexibility, seeing that it's not just one way. And
it's a good way to introduce new things to your child. So maybe they don't do music right now, but maybe they would like to, and they just don't know because they've never done it before.
Absolutely.
Or art, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and doing it for a week,
it's a taste.
Yeah, we can all do anything for a week, right?
Exactly.
And they should be making it fun. That's a key, too, is that we have to schedule in some fun.
Yes.
And that whatever we're doing, whatever teaching opportunity, it's got to be fun related.
That's right.